Hey everybody, welcome back to Gamer Nerds. I'm Kalina J. In this episode, we'll be talking to you about a game that I've personally grown to love, Modern Warfare 2, which was released for PC, PS3, and 360. Modern Warfare 2 picks up 5 years after the first game, depicting a world engulfed in war by two powerful nations, USA and Russia. But that's enough for me, so let's see what the boys have to say.
Let's look at the story behind, the biggest hype game of all year. Modern Warfare 2 follows a very similar spy fiction novel type of setting as you found in the first game. You have a new villain named Vladimir Makarov, the successor to the villain of the first game, Mr. Imran Zakhaev. Basically, through one terrorist act, through a very controversial mission, quote unquote, gets Russia to invade the States. The story is, completely out of left field. It's very surprising. They do a really good job of setting that tense scenario between two large countries. It's a really epic story, and the problem is that later on it just takes us 180.
You can tell that there's a good story behind this, but it feels just so convoluted, just so much happens. My big beef is the fact that the main story segments take place during the loading screen.
And it's just really low speaking, and you will miss it because you're not expecting, those major plot points. At the end of the game, when this new antagonist comes out of nowhere and the story takes a 180. I mean, I did not understand the reasoning behind that.
I actually went on Wiki most of the time just trying to figure out what is going on in this story. But yeah, that little plot point twist was just, I don't understand.
And it came out of nowhere. And the thing is that there is a lot of these.
There are some WTF moments where you're just like, I don't understand this character and why he's doing this. One of the characters from the first game comes back. I'm not going to tell you who it is. He does something that you would think would be considered just like, I don't think that's court-martial material.
And I still don't understand why he did it. The story needed work.
So they actually have you shooting up this airport in Russia. It was a very controversial part of the game. Most people didn't like it. I personally find that it was necessary.
There is an explicit warning at the beginning of the game giving the option to play it, so you don't have to play it, but I mean, it was necessary. That is what sets off the events of the whole game. So It had to be included. I was kind of like, wait a second, this is kind of wrong. And then I shot everyone anyways. Overall, the story is the weakest part of the game. But I mean, you're not buying it for the story. Let's get to the gameplay.
The gameplay remains intact. Pretty much run and gun, take cover when you're dying, wipe your face off, take the blood off.
Happens a lot.
And get back into the action. That makes no sense, by the way. Defend this, achieve this objective, reach a checkpoint. The gameplay from the first game was solid. I didn't think they needed to change anything. You can actually drop your secondary weapon, drop the pistol, and actually pick up a second primary. It's pretty awesome for people like me who like to run in, all guns blazing.
And usually get killed.
At least
curse the game and then start over.
But
why did I die?
I die looking cool.
Remember, the pistol is the fastest reload. The gameplay is a very subtle evolution from the first one. You still, pop in and out of your iron sights, and you can automatically zoom in on enemies. You can dual wield, mini Uzis and pistols. Personal tools like the UAV, which is cool from, knocking guys out from the distance. Raining death from above. The heat sensor weapons. If you play through the Call of Duty series, and everyone has, I mean, you'll be right at home. I think what really sets it apart is the set pieces. Playing, missions in the Russian-Jordan border, jumping to Brazilian favelas. It's still very intense. It's very go, go, go. I kind of wish they had something that just calmed down a bit. This is like Crank, where it's just go, 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 go. And I loved it. I love the gameplay, the intensity, but to switch it up a little bit would be kind of cool.
They actually fixed one of the main issues I had with the first game. This time around, they don't have any missions that felt unbalanced. They might have been really go, 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 but they didn't feel like too difficult at any time.
They still have this stupid auto-generating health system, which makes no sense in the context of the game. I mean,
why do you hate it so much, man?
Because you get shot up by a helicopter or bazooka, you do not wipe blood off your face and then go attack your enemy. Play it on veteran, because if you get shot, you're dead, and that's the case. You don't regenerate health in real life.
What did you think about that Suaville section?
You're being chased by enemies, swerving through trees in this, frozen forest. It all goes well until you jump, this massive canyon out of nowhere.
Makes no sense. It's like James Bond.
That's nitpicking. That was still a cool mission.
It was cool, but it was just, I'm sorry, that made no sense. That jump.
Well, I mean, you think that makes no sense, then wait till the end of the game, so.
Yeah, true.
The AV is, you know, up there with some of the top tier titles. This is a AAA game coming out. It's just as beautiful and as pretty as the first game, not as impressive as when you first played Call of Duty Modern Warfare. You still get that wow factor when you first enter the Brazilian favelas. I mean, the colors are very intense. There's a lot of complex architecture. My favorite missions by far are the ones in the American backyards. The sky is red, the Russian bombers flying everywhere. It does not have that, I guess, object density like you find in Uncharted. Things don't blow up, unfortunately. You'll have some minor destructible objects. The guns look very realistic. There's recoil. The reload animations are amazing. Be careful about the gun reloading because
some take forever.
There's one that has a load of 900 bullets and the reload animation is at least 8 seconds.
I personally feel it's beautiful from a collective kind of view. When you look at the game as a collective from a bird's eye point of view, it's really beautiful. When you start getting really close to the objects, the textures are pretty damn blurry.
Some of them are, but if you're that close and you're looking at a blurry texture, you're dead anyways.
Even stuff like the debris that flies around, if you ever pay attention to that, they're just kind of repeated same object, which is, I mean, it kind of takes me out of the realism because I'm just looking at the same object flying with pretty much the same animations over and over again.
And then he dies.
And then I die. Alright, so let's get into the audio. That's where the game sounds. The voice acting, I think it was top notch. They actually went out of their way to hire some pretty damn famous actors. Keith David, who plays Foley. Kevin McKidd, who plays in Rome, who plays as the returning character Soap. The delivery is pretty damn well done. The scripting, I wouldn't say is the best, but the way they deliver the scripts.
I mean, it's a very serious game. It's a spy novel essentially. So no one has any like hokey, like half-assed delivered lines. Hans Zimmer reprises his role as the composer. Epic is all I can say about the orchestra. When you have a lot of those what the F moments, there's this one particular score that plays quite repeatedly. Really sets the tone because it's a somber mood.
The different guns do sound really awesome. I don't personally know how guns should or shouldn't sound.
I hope not. Take your surround sound system, turn it up, and be enveloped because it just sounds amazing.
Let's get into the content of the game. That's all the stuff that's packaged with it. First things first, we have the single player mission, which is pretty damn good.
A little short.
It is a little short.
8.5 hours on veteran, but I mean, it's short and sweet.
In the single player mission, you can find these laptops. I personally didn't find a need to even try looking for them. Did you even try?
They're just, I mean, they're for achievement and trophy guys. So
yeah, that's all it's for.
Forget about them.
What's the stuff you're really looking forward to? That's the multiplayer section. This time around, you do have your competitive side, but they did add the co-op, which he liked more than I did. Just in terms of the competitive stuff, you do have your returning deathmatch, free-for-all, search and destroy, capture the flag. They've changed elements of the way it works. Unlike the first one where you had a set number of kill streaks that were, provided for you, this time around you can actually unlock more. And you can actually choose what, you want to use in the battlefield.
There's a lot of strategy behind it.
There are some that are pretty damn intense. AC-130 airship, which requires you to get, I think, 11 kills. Mini nuke that requires you to get 25 kills. This is in a row, but seriously, once the mini nuke goes off, it's over.
If you see white on the screen, just put your controller down.
Yeah.
You can't do anything about it.
To oppose the kill streak, they do have the death streak, which I'm sure he wants to talk about.
I'll say this right now, I played very little Modern Warfare online, so Modern Warfare 2 was very difficult for me. So I got a lot of death streaks because I'm good at that.
Yeah.
When you get a death streak, you can copy someone's, weapon layout.
You can tell he's a noob because every time I talk about the death streak, he always says that he always refers to the copycat, which he doesn't even know by name. He doesn't understand that you can actually unlock others like Martyrdom, where you die and drop grenades. It's pretty sad for you anyway. So yeah, you can unlock other death streaks. In case you didn't know. The perking system has changed as well. The more you use these perks, you can actually upgrade them to the pro versions of themselves.
So let's get into what I enjoy about the multiplayer, the Spec Ops mode, which is brand new to the Modern Warfare series. This is cooperative gameplay. Specific scenarios set in various parts of the game. Nothing to do with the single player, but you'll recognize the setting. There's defend the point missions, there's race to the finish, there's defeat enemy waves, defeat the exclusive Juggernaut character, and my favorite AC-130 gunship is returned as a mission. Cooperative Spec Ops is great with a friend. You can play it with the computer.
One thing he neglected to say was how many stars you can actually unlock in the Spec Ops. Do you want to do it? No, I'll do it. 69.
You have the standard release of Modern Warfare, $60, you get the single player game and all the other content. You have this first step up, which is the Hardened Edition, which is the one I bought. You get this cool special steel case, an art book, which always interesting to me, and you get an unlockable code to download the very first Call of Duty classic, which is aged horribly, but it has the health pack system, which I love, and it should be in every game. Next up, the super duper we call Peeping Tom Edition. It's $150, includes everything from the previous 2 versions and a working pair of night vision goggles. I was shocked to hear that this was not a peripheral you had to use with the game.
If you like to look at your girlfriend naked with lights off, then it's awesome to use the goggles anyway.
That won't be creepy at all.
No.
You tried that, didn't you?
It's been done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to leave your comments and feedback below, and please subscribe. We'll see you next time on Gamer Nerds.
His leader. You, Steve.
There goes the